that down, let's talk about this, shall we? If you're waiting for the Batman 2, you're going to be waiting a while longer. Unsurprising news broke this weekend from Variety that the Batman 2, Matt Reeves' upcoming Batman 2, has been pushed a full year back to 2027, which for those of you keeping score will mean it's going to be about 5.5 years between the two Batman films. And our viewer, the Batman, just put in a super chat badge.
Yep.
And there,
Rage quit.
Rage quit. This comes to us from the folks over at Variety. Again, their headline, the Batman 2 delayed to 2027. All right, says, moviegoers will have to wait a little longer to return to Gotham City, as Matt Reeves' follow-up to the Batman has been pushed back until 2027. The superhero sequel was originally supposed to open on October 2nd, 2026. Actually, that's not true. It was originally supposed to open in 2025. It then got pushed to 2026. And now, as Variety writes, but will now shift a year and open on October 1st, 2027 in IMAX, Warner Brothers announced on Friday. All right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, I believe, had a sequel 2 years later. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, didn't Spider-Man 2 come out 2 years?
Let's see.
After that? Christopher Nolan managed to get his Batman films out 3 years apart. Now we're going to be waiting 5. There's a couple of different ways to look at this. First of all, I'm bummed. I'm bummed. I love Matt Reeves, the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that movie. I thought it was just spectacular, and I've been really looking forward to seeing a follow-up.
It was 2 years. Sorry.
It was 2 years between Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. All right. I've been extremely psyched for it. I've been wanting to see it. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. We got to remember, too, the original Batman also had a couple of delays. It did not hit its original. Actually, it was delayed a couple of times. Once was because of COVID production issues. Totally understandable. Lots of films had those delays. But then it got delayed again. And the rep on Matt Reeves around town is he's awesome, but he's slow.
You try running a show and writing a movie.
Yeah, you trying to do the John Campea Show and write a new movie. It's difficult.
It's tough, man.
But I mean, the word is like that's been his MO for a long time, is that he's basically George R.R. Martin 2.0.
He'll write it eventually.
Yeah, I'll get around to it. I'll get around to it. By the way, then the initial excuse for this movie that was supposed to come out in 2025 was, writer strike delays, actor strike delays, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you know what? I get that. Sure. A lot of movies got those delays. All of those other movies have come out in theaters already. They all face the same delays. So they pushed it to 2026, and now it's pushed to late 2027. And I had a few people writing to me over the weekend. Ann and I were off in Vegas this weekend. Went to go watch USC win the Vegas Bowl against Texas A&M. But we were out there, and I had a bunch of people texting me and asking me, what's Warner Brothers' problem? What's Warner Brothers doing this? I'll tell you right now, this is not a Warner Brothers issue. This is a Matt Reeves issue, who I love. Don't get me wrong. And this is not a let's trash on Matt Reeves commentary at all. I love Matt Reeves. But I mean, this is his MO, right? He's literally had, as far as we understand, there's not even a completed script yet.
Oh.
From when he finished making, not from when it came out, but from when he finished making the first Batman, it's been 3 years. He's taken on a load of producer responsibilities and a bunch of other projects. Why do you not have time to finish the script? And I'm sorry, but when you're somebody as talented as Matt Reeves, it does not take 3 years to write a script. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Miracle Made. Guys, it's hot outside, and your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. So if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. There are just so many things that make these sheets so fantastic. We already mentioned the self-cooling properties for better quality sleep, but they're also self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. So go to trymiracle.com/Campea. That's TRYMIRACLE.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. It's now a race, Ray, to see what comes out first.
That's what I was going to say.
Blade or Batman 2?
They might as well announce him as the director of Blade. Then it'll all make sense.
That would be awesome. Batman 2 is delayed because Matt Reeves is directing Blade. He's coming out directing Blade. Now, look, at the end of the day, the main thing is that we get a great movie. Absolutely, 100%. And I have, being Matt Reeves, and after what he's done with the Batman and how he set up the Penguin and all that kind of stuff, I have little doubt that he's going to deliver a great movie. And at the end of the day, that's what's important. But I do not believe that it's an either or proposition. I don't believe you either have a movie come out in a reasonable time frame or you get a movie that's good. I think you can have both. I don't want them to rush, but it's going to be 5.5 years in between that. I believe you can deliver a high quality, great film in a reasonable amount of time, not rushed, and have it be magnificent. Again, going back to Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, to Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 still considered today to be one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. Now, our friend Jeff Snyder, who has broken some of the biggest stories in the last couple of years, he actually was mentioning that there may be some personal issues going on with Matt Reeves. Okay, that would make sense. I get that, and I don't mean to sound unsympathetic. Although, even though I say that, it's going to come across as sounding unsympathetic, but I don't mean it to. Have these personal issues been dragging on for 4 years? I'm just wondering, when are we going to get this, Matt? Again, Matt Reeves is the new George R.R. Martin. And George R.R. Martin makes gold, and so does Matt Reeves.
I mean, was the Batman ever supposed to have a sequel? Was it like the Joker, when at first it was just supposed to be a one-off?
Yeah, no, they had eyes on it to be a potential franchise.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't like Joker, where like when they made the first Joker, is, hey everybody, this is a one-shot movie. No sequels for this.
And then
The only thing is that movie went on to make $1 billion and won Oscars.
right.
And so they were like, well, maybe we should do a second one. Turns out they shouldn't have. But like the Batman was always kind of planned that, hey, yeah, this could be a franchise if it's successful.
So-
and it clearly was successful.
And that makes it more disappointing then, that he didn't have something ready, or at least in his head. Maybe there is. I'm gonna give the guy benefit. I mean, he probably had some personal problems, but yeah, it is disappointing. I didn't realize it was that long since the first Batman. It's been that long, so yeah. very
2022.
disappointing.
Yeah, 2022 when it came out. And it's going to be 5.5 years now from when it does come out, if it comes out in 2027. Now, one of the biggest drawbacks of delays like this, and I know I'm thinking very, very long-term and very, very big picture, but when you delay, when you have 5.5 years in between movies, it means ultimately in the grand scheme of things, we're going to get fewer movies in this franchise. I mean, you're just running out of time. And I'm not even sure we're going to get that third film that they've been talking about now.
And
after
we'll
this.
we'll probably get the James Gunn Batman before this.
I would put money that we will get Brave and the Bold, the James Gunn, the DCU Batman. I would put money on that we're going to get before 2027.
And then there's a thing about that. If that one's really good, if people attach themselves to this new Batman, what happens to this other Batman?
Oh,
Will
I
they-
don't think
will they push
audiences
it
will
back?
be confused.
I think they'll know.
I mean,
audiences
will,
be
will
fine.
the hype be gone for
I don't
the
think
second?
so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I used to worry about stuff like that, and then it got proved that, you know what, no, time. I mean, I do believe they should have struck a little more when the iron was a bit hotter. But again, you know
It
what?
is Batman.
With movies like Mickey 17 coming
Right.
out and Robert Pattinson's career just getting bigger and bigger, I mean, I think an argument can be made that Robert Pattinson is going to be a bigger star
Yes.
when the second Batman movie comes out than he was when the first Batman
Well, and
movie
now
came out.
you've proved audiences this Battinson thing, like, oh, Twilight boy, like,
Yeah.
that's out the window.
Yeah, that's gone now. Like everybody
So-
understands that now. So,
And it does buy James Gunn some more time to continue developing the DCU.
but I mean, does one have anything to do with the other?
Well,
when-
I
with
don't know if
Matt
Matt Reeves, maybe it does.
Yeah, maybe it does. I mean, maybe James Gunn gave Matt Reeves some more responsibilities in the DCU
That's
main
what I'm wondering.
timeline.
That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know. All I know is that at the end of the day, yes, as long as the movie's great, that's the number one priority. And yes, none of us want them to rush it. But 5.5 years is beyond not rushing it. I just think we could have got one sooner. And like that just tells you how much I like Matt Reeves' movie, that I'm sitting here doing a pouty party over the fact that we're gonna have to wait longer for.
Because if it wasn't that great, you'd be like, well, maybe they can work some things out.
Yeah, maybe they need time to fix all the problems.
Yeah.
So there's that. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you guys think about this? It's going to be a 5.5 year wait in between the first Batman and the second Batman, as we've experienced a delay from 2025 to 2026, and now a delay from 2026 to 2027. Whatever you guys say, and do you think we're going to get James Gunn's DCU Batman before we get Batman 2? Hell, I'll even throw it out there. Do you think we might get Blade before we get a Batman?
No.
Yeah, right.
Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.